Alright, hey guys, remember it was TCG back with a video. So with this video I'm going to be talking about the new DRACOSLAYER support. So from what I've heard, this is also a bit more of like generic Pendulum support too, but DRACOSLAYER is of course a Pendulum deck that was pretty prevalent a few years ago, but hasn't been too great recently, especially after Master Rail 5. But yeah, let's see if this new support's going to help, because Pendulums do need quite a bit of help in order to get back to like the previous greatness that they used to be at. So let's see. So the Pendulum Effect here. During your main phase, you can shuffle one face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck into the deck, then add one DRACOSLAYER or Ignite monster from your deck to your hand, except the Pendulum monster. So this looks like it could be decent. I mean, you can use it to just shuffle back one of your Pendulum one-ofs that you don't really want in your extra deck, just because it's a little bit harder to summon when it takes up the extra monster zone, and you're not able to get a link monster out, and you just want to have it back into the deck so you can search it back out. So that's interesting. And then you can search out a DRACOSLAYER or Ignite monster from your deck to your hand. That isn't a Pendulum monster, so it's just a generic search. But it's pretty interesting with the Pendulum Effect being added there. So yeah, it looks like this is going to be a good Ignite support too. Yeah, so let's see the monster effect here. So this card is always treated as an Ignite card. If this card in the field is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon one DRACOSLAYER or Ignite monster from your deck, except this card, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. So basically, if you can use a card to pop this, it doesn't say that your opponent has to do it, so you can just pop your own card. And if this card is popped, then you can just summon a DRACOSLAYER or Ignite monster from your deck, which is really good. So I can see that people are going to be finding ways to abuse it. So yeah, maybe you can like combine this with Metaphors, if you want to just like use that to pop this card, and then from there you can just search out an Ignite or DRACOSLAYER card. Special summon it out, and then it's a tuner, so it's easy to go into some synchro plays. So that's interesting to see there. Seems like a pretty solid card so far. Pendulum skill 7 too, so it's pretty wide range. Yeah, looking good. Let's go to the next card. Here we have Majesty, Pegasus, the DRACOSLAYER. It's a Pendulum skill 2. If you have a DRACOSLAYER monster or Majesty card in your other Pendulum zone, you can add one DRACOSLAYER Pendulum monster with a different original name for your deck to your hand. Then you can destroy one card in your Pendulum zone. So, looks like there's going to be support for Majesty as well. So it's going to be like a Majesty DRACOSLAYER fusion, like hybrid build if you're trying to go for that. So yeah, basically, if you have another DRACOSLAYER Majesty card in your other Pendulum zone, then you can use it to search out a DRACOSLAYER Pendulum monster with a different name from your deck, and then you can destroy one card in your Pendulum zone. So you can just use that to basically add back the card that you just removed, and you get the card you destroyed goes into the into your extra deck, so you can just bring it back. So that's interesting to see there. It's just a pop one that lets you search out. So this is indicating that this card is always treated as a Majesty card. You can only use the second monster effect of this card's name once per turn. Quick effect, you can discard this card until the end of this turn. Your opponent cannot target DRACOSLAYER monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's pretty cool. It's just you can just keep this in your hand and use it to protect your DRACOSLAYERs if they're going to get Regeki'd or anything, or if they're going to get targeted by an effect. That's really good to see there. It's similar to a hand trap in a way. And yeah, if this card is Pendulum Summon or Special Summon by a DRACOSLAYER card's effect, you can add one field spell from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. So that's pretty solid, just being able to have a generic field spell search. So just a terraforming into your deck, and a lot of Pendulum decks I know have pretty solid field spells that kind of let you search out cards on activation. So this seems like a pretty solid card as well. Definitely going to be helpful for Pendulum players, or at least DRACOSLAYER. And of course, Majesty even has a field spell that can actually search out a monster. So seeing this here is going to be useful for that. And here we have Dynomite Parlor, the DRACOSLAYER. It's a level 4 water machine, so it looks like this is going to help out the Dynomist archetype, which is really good because I really like Dynomist, and you can kind of see in the card here that it is a bit of a Dynomist card. It looks like Dynomist fused with DRACOSLAYERs. Pendulum effect here. You can target one DRACOSLAYER or a Dynomist card in your other Pendulum zone, special summon it. So yeah, after you Pendulum summon, you can just use it to just bring out one of your Dynomist or DRACOSLAYER cards. That seems pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty good to see there. And then this card is always treated as a Dynomist card. You can only use the monster effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is distributed, you can add one face-up DRACOSLAYER or a Dynomist Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So yeah, if this card ends up getting tributed by one of your effects, you know, usually that's what we're gonna go with. You can actually use that to get one of these cards back, which is really useful because having monsters in the extra deck, top of the extra deck, isn't as useful as it used to be. So having it back into your hand and being able to pendulum summon it that way is even better. And here we have the new field spell, just called Dragonic Pendulum. So you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. All DRACOSLAYER monsters in the field gain 300 attack and defense. If a Dragon DRACOSLAYER monster you control activates its effect, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. Cool, just being able to use this to continuously pop cards. Cool to see. And if this card in the field is destroyed, you can take one DRACOSLAYER or Draco Overlord monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon. So of course you can use your own effects to pop this card. Again, if you want to like fuse it with Metaphors or use any other deck that can pendulum cards that pop up one of your face ups, which there's plenty of, you can use this to pop this field spell in order to search out the DRACOSLAYER or Draco Overlord monster and special summon it out or search it out, depending on what you want to go with. But yeah, looks like pretty solid support. This isn't Darkwing Blast. Let me know what you guys think about this support, if you're a DRACOSLAYER player or if you like any of these archetypes, if it's going to help out the deck. And if you guys want to support the channel, make sure to use the link in the description down below. It'll send you the TCG player and you can purchase cards and it supports the channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys next time.